6:15. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Lakshman Fonseca and read by J. Yogaraj. First headlines. The results of 2022 GCE Advanced Level Examination will be released within the next few days. Sinopec Fuel has assured island-wide operations will begin by the end of this month. Minister of Agriculture says highest amount of crop damage compensation will have to be paid this year. A world's largest shipping company, Far Shipping, agreed to provide employment opportunities for young Sri Lankan sailors. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says railway lands in the eastern province can be leased in a transparent manner to develop the region. Nobel Foundation reverses invitations to Russia, Iran after backlash. And those are the headlines. The results of 2022 GCE Advanced Level Examination will be released within the next few days. Joining an event held at Bandarwala, Minister of Education Dr. Susil Premchand said that there is no hope of changing the date of 2023 Advanced Level Examination. He said if the dates are to be altered, it will have to be continued for the next year too. Minister said that he hoped to bring the system of education back to normal by early next year. Minister of Power and Energy Kanchana Wijesekara says the Sinopec Fuel Company has assured that its island-wide operation will begin by the end of this month. The minister had held a discussion with the officials of Sinopec Fuel and refinery operations at the Ministry of Power and Energy this morning. Minister added that the progress of retail operations, signing of agreements with dealerships, branding and commencement of island-wide operations were taken up during the discussion. Furthermore, Sinopec refinery officials have assured their commitment to establishing a new refinery in Hambantota and that they will submit the RFP before the deadline next week, the minister added. Minister of Agriculture Mahinda Amaravira says highest amount of crop damage compensation will have to be paid this year. He said this year goes down in history as the year in which the highest amount of crop damage compensation is given in Sri Lanka. He said it is well known that the whole country has been engulfed by the prevailing drought condition. He added lack of water affected over 55,951 farmer families island-wide. He added according to the current assessment, over 60,000 acres have been destroyed by drought and the amount is increasing day by day. The minister assured that the government will take all necessary steps to provide damage compensation amidst all difficulties. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Port, Shipping and Aviation Minister Nimal Siripal Silva says one of the world's largest shipping company, Far Shipping Company, has agreed to provide employment opportunities to Sri Lankan trained sailors. He made these remarks when a delegation from Far Shipping, including the Managing Director Yu Yong Jun, met the minister at his office yesterday. Mr. Yong Jun said many Sri Lankan trained young sailors can be given job opportunities in his company located in China. He added there will be long discussions with the stakeholders involved in the naval sector of Sri Lanka regarding the recruitment method. Mr. Yong further said his company is willing to hire young people who have graduated from the naval training institutes in Sri Lanka for on-the-job training and then hire them for permanent service. Transport Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says railway lands in the eastern province can be leased in a transparent manner to develop the region. He said some of which are now occupied by at the particular district coordinating meeting. Minister said, like in the eastern province, railway land in many areas of the country are occupied without permission. The government is prepared to lease these lands in a transparent manner for projects by charging an appropriate rent, he said. Meanwhile, Agriculture Minister Mahinda Amaravira said that the Cabinet of Ministers had cleared a proposal to lease a part of 14,000 acres of railway reservation land to low-income persons and residents living nearby to grow short-term. He said crops like cowpea, green gram and vegetables could be grown on these lands. That's local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhale Pedamahatmya.
The Met Department has issued another advisory for heavy rain in western and Sabarkama provinces and Gaul, Matra and Nuwara districts for the period until 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. The Met Department warned a prevailing shower condition in southwest part of the island is likely to continue further due to the active southwest monsoon conditions over the island. The department added heavy showers above 100 millimeters are likely at some places in western and Sabarkama provinces and in Gaul, Matra and Nuwara districts. Meanwhile, the National Building Research Organization NBRO has also issued an amber level landslide early warning for several areas in 3 districts, namely Kaluthara, Kegaul and Ratnapura. And that came to you in Top News.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
In Washlight, the Ministry of Health confirms only 2 meningitis infections have been reported thus far. The ministry says that the tests carried out by the Medical Research Institute has confirmed only 2 infections have been reported thus far, of which one was reported in Gaul. Speaking in this regard, Director General of Health Services, Dr. Asela Gunawardena, refuted recent media reports claiming that the bacterial infection had spread across the Colombo district. Dr. Gunawardena explained that while one infection was reported from within the Gaul prison, the other infection was reported from Colombo. And that was Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
Say no more to moving and paying rent. Get a home loan from Commercial Bank at the lowest interest rate and get a home of your own.
Which Bhatta are you in now?
In Javatta, in my own house.
First headlines, Nobel Foundation reverses invitations to Russia, Iran after backlash. Japan experiences hottest ever summer on record. Pakistan traders have shuttered their shop, striking over soaring energy and fuel bills. And those are the headlines of the World News. The Nobel Foundation has reversed its earlier decision and is inviting the ambassadors of Russia, Belarus and Iran to attend this year's Nobel Prize award ceremony in Swedish capital Stockholm on December 10. The foundation made the announcement last evening, reversing a decision made just 2 days earlier. The 3 countries had not been invited to last year's award ceremony, but following Thursday's announcement, Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson and others in Sweden criticized the foundation for inviting Russia while its military invasion of Ukraine continues. The increasing criticism effectively forced the foundation to reverse its earlier decision. Weather officials in Japan say the country's average temperature this summer was the highest since records began 125 years ago. The Met Department made an announcement on Friday. The average temperature from June to August was 1.76 degrees Celsius higher than the 30-year average. In northern Japan, it was 3 degrees higher. Niigata Prefecture's city recorded the country's hottest night ever on August 10, when the temperature did not fall below 31.4 degrees. Thousands of Pakistan traders have shuttered their shops, striking over soaring energy and fuel bills, stirring widespread discontent ahead of the national election. There were widespread market closures on Saturday in Lahore, Karachi and Peshawar, where abandoned bazaars were posted with placards decrying the unreasonable increase in electricity bills and taxes. A caretaker government has been ruling Pakistan since parliament was dissolved last month, charged with ushering in elections, although no date has yet been announced. And that's World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
This message is for all the kids between the ages of 4 and 16 who love to draw. Commercial Bank's Arunalu Sittam is back once again. This time, the competition is also open to Sri Lankan kids currently living abroad. First, second and third place prizes will be awarded along with special merit and merit certificates. For more information, visit the Commercial Bank website. We have so many prizes to be won.
Development News is brought to you by
Job opportunities for well-experienced housemaids and home cooks in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait for ages 40 to 58 years. Salary 125,000 rupees. Contact 037 7500 500.
The second coconut triangle launched in Northern Province yesterday. Accordingly, the project will be launched in Jaffna, Manna and Mullaitivu districts. Minister of Plantation Industries and Minister of Industries Dr. Ramesh Patirana said the second coconut triangle would be launched in conjunction with the World Coconut Day marked on September 2nd. The inauguration function was held in Palai Jaffna at 9:30 a.m. yesterday. Minister Dr. Ramesh Patirana said 50,000 acres of new coconut land will be developed under this new project.
Job opportunities for women from Deshakti Lanka in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Oman. Housemaids and home cooks in Saudi Arabia, ages 40 to 58 years. Arabic speaking and well experienced home cooks. Salary 125,000 rupees. Interviews are now on with foreign agents. You can travel overseas free of charge now. Branches Colombo, Kurunegala, Anuradhapura and Matara. Contact number 0377 500 500. Deshakti Lanka Foreign Employment Agency.
In sports tennis, fifth seed Ons Jabeur produced another gutsy display to reach the US Open last 16 with 3-set win over Marie Boskova that took almost 3 hours. Jabeur, last year's runners-up, won 5-7, 7-6, 7-5, 6-3 on Arthur Ashe Stadium against Czech 31st seed Bozova, who was hampered by a thigh injury. And that was sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
the all new NSB Ithru Mithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The Industry 2023 exhibition Jaffna edition is now being conducted at the Jaffna Cultural Centre. Minister Douglas Devananda said the exhibition was conducted to enforce the export-oriented production economy in the north. This exhibition opened yesterday and will be held till Monday the 3rd from 9 in the morning to 9 in the night. The exhibition is jointly implemented by the Lanka Industrial Development Board and the Ministry of Industry. Participating in this event, Mr. Srimal Jayatilaka, Western Provincial Director of Ceylon Industrial Development Board, said that this exhibition will consist of 300 stalls covering 21 fields to encourage industrialists in the north and north central provinces.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට මෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
In economic news, Sri Lanka's Planters Association says there is more support for a new wage model which can boost worker earnings and output. The association said under the revenue share model, a worker is assigned a plot of tea which can be plucked at any time they wish without any supervision, and their earnings go up based on the weight of the plucked weight. The association added staff have increased output from 18 kilograms to 24, where the model has been tried out and earnings have exceeded 65,000 rupees. Weather report. The Met Department has issued an advisory for strong winds and rough seas for the sea areas extending from Trincomalee to Pothuil via Kankesenture, Manna, Colombo, Galle and Hambantota. The Met Department said due to the active southwest monsoon condition, wind speed may increase up to 60 to 70 kilometers per hour at times in the sea areas off the coast extending from Hambantota to Pothuil and in the sea area off the coast extending from Puttalam to Trincomalee via Manna and Kankesenture. And that was the weather report. To wind up this news broadcast, let's look at the main points once again. The results of 2022 GC Advanced Level Examination will be released within the next few days. Sinopec Fuel has assured the island-wide operation will begin by the end of this month. Minister of Agriculture says highest amount of crop damage compensation will have to be paid this year. A world's largest shipping company, Far Shipping Company, agreed to provide employment opportunities to young Sri Lankan sailors. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunwardena says railway lands in the eastern province can be leased in a transparent manner to develop the region. And with that, we conclude this evening news podcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.